for you, what's kind of been your mindset in this fall camp, taking a second year with how your season ended and kind of the expectations in this room for you?
I feel like right now, just the expectations have just increased another level just because of the guys they brought in the room. I mean, we have one of the best receivers, arguably, in my opinion, the best receiver room in the country. So it's just day in and day out, you got to be on your best foot forward. You got to have great practices. You got to keep stacking days. So just got to be better every day.
Along those lines, people kind of bragged about you all throughout last year, sort of how you just sort of stuck to that process. In your eyes, how much better of a player are you today than maybe you were this time a year ago?
I would say I'm a totally different player just because my work ethic has just increased another notch. I've always worked hard, but this year I just took it to another level, mainly just so getting my body right off the field, staying in the treatment room, getting extra catches on the jug machine, and just getting my timing down with the quarterback. So I just have taken my game to a whole nother level.
I know y'all don't face off with him, but you're in the room with him and do drills. Lane noted that Trey Harris was maybe one of the most improved players, which is saying something for what he did last year. What do y'all see in that regard as in the position room?
Just in the position room, everybody's just increased their game another level. Trey Harris is a great receiver. He works every day. And then I've really seen a grow in his game. He's been working a lot with some receiver trainers. I know he's been working a lot with Diamond. And then all of Diamond came here and worked with us, so we just all increased our game a lot.
I guess this offense is different than it was a year ago because last year Quinshawn was here. The running game was more heavily involved. Lane said early that you guys have been throwing the ball more to get the quarterback some work and that kind of thing. Do you sense that the passing game is going to be an even bigger part of y'all's attack this year?
100%. I mean, with the guys we have in the room, it's unstoppable. I mean, you can't double anybody because they'll just go to somebody else. So the passing game is definitely going to be a big part of our offense this year.
For you, your role kind of increased late last season. You got the start in the Peach Bowl. Did that kind of, not that you needed confidence, but did that kind of give you a jolt of confidence going into the offseason and into this season?
For sure. I mean, it was just great to just play in my home state. I'm from Georgia, so it was just great to play there. Had a lot of family there, and it took my game up another level, which is why I worked so hard in this past offseason.
The AP poll came out, preseason AP poll came out this morning. You guys are number 6, highest since 1970, probably a couple of years before you were born. What does that mean inside the building? Do you guys even talk about stuff like that? The expectations around Lane says it's on your phones all the time. Is it something you embrace? Is it something you try to block out? How do you sort of approach it?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just all talk, as Lane Kiffin likes to say, rat poison, so you don't feed into it too much, but it's definitely talk inside the building. It's just everybody's standards raised another level, and our goal is a national championship at the end of the day, so we just have to keep working to get there.
You mentioned those expectations earlier. What changed for you this offseason to make you improve as much as you have?
Just like I said before, just getting treatment on my body. I know I went to California with Dart, and we got some extra work out there, so that was great to just bond with him and then get some timing down with him.
Cayden, what are your early thoughts on Micah Davis and kind of where he fits with your group?
Yeah, so he's new to the program. I haven't seen too much of him, but so far he's been an explosive player, I'll say. A really good punt returner from what I've seen on film and from his first couple of days at practices.
Talking to multiple receivers back in the spring, they talked about how Norrell, just got their eyes almost immediately. What do you see in him, and in what ways do you feel like he could find a role, even though it's early now, though he's in a room with so many guys who've been here for 2, 3, 4 years?
Norrell's definitely a very special player, young player. He has amazing hands, very physical. His strength is unmatched, so he's hard to cover because he's very physical with the DBs. So I feel like if he just continues on the path that he's on, sooner or later he's going to find his spot.
Who was all part of that group that went to California to work with Dart?
It was me, Trey Harris, and Aiden Williams at the time.
Once again, I'm sure it's pretty early, but have you found yourself in that position yet? Like you talked back in the spring and just a second ago about, as a freshman having to stay the course with so many veterans in that room and all that, with some of the freshmen that have come in or newcomers. Have you found that yourself in that position to tell them, hey, although there's a lot of experience in this room, this is going to pay off at the end of the day? Have you found yourself in that position to tell some of those guys that yet?
Yeah, for sure, because everybody just wants to know, like, what was my mindset coming into year one? How did I look at things? Did I think I was going to play? And I just say just be where your feet are, because that's all you can do, and just take it day by day. Don't look at the end goal and just take it day by day, and your time's going to shine. So be ready for it. Thank you, guys.